That's good.
Okay, so basically I'm putting in the starting prompt that you're a multiplayer video game and the Imagine OS builder and so on. Okay, so now I'm going to say, give me a 3D interface screen.
And did you create your avatar?
No, I have not, but hold on.
Yeah.
So right now, and this is a good example of right now, it's trying to give me a written description, but I actually want visual. So, okay, give me a second and then it'll visualize it. Now, if I already have a Chat GPT account, it may already know some things about me in its memory.
Yeah, that's true.
But let's go ahead and visualize it. And so sometimes it's as simple as saying, just visualize it, right? Give me an image. This is multimodal AI, meaning that ChatGPT has a variety of things it can do, including giving you text-based responses, but it can also give you image-based responses. Cool. So here we go. Set your first goal, and we can adjust styling and so on, right? I actually really like the style exactly as it is.
Okay. So, let's say what's here. Uh, so you've got a very nondescript character that represents you.
Mhm.
Okay. And part of that is because you haven't designed that character yet.
Yes. Now, at this stage in ChatGPT, it may not do a great job of my of using my same avatar over and over again. But let's do this. So let's generate my avatar. Please visualize an avatar building screen as the next screen in my game, since I'm interested in that as my first step in the game. Now, of course, we could have gone directly into wealth. We could have gone directly into projects, tasks. We could go into whatever, but I want to get into, I'm interested in my ideal in getting my body to its ideal state and
Oh,
having an
you're
amazing wardrobe.
okay. So now you're talking about what you want, and I thought you were going to start with just a regular character and start changing that character. There you go. Now you're talking about.
Long brown, wavy hair, short beard, um,
Some muscles.
some muscles. Preferred style is dapper.
Oh, okay.
Um,
And dapper it probably has different meanings.
yeah.
And do you is it jeans and t-shirts or is it you
Well,
know,
let's see what it comes up with. I don't always need to know. Sometimes it'll surprise me. So
okay.
the level of detail that I need versus the level of, like you seem to want things a specific way, whereas I'm more open to kind of seeing what comes out. So
It's
to
not
me,
bad.
that's
It's
pretty
not
much
bad.
yeah.
Uh, and then it's offering you all these different hairstyles and clothing styles. That's not bad.
I like it. Now, please show me a 3D UI for
A 3D what? UI
diet for my nutrition
guide.
and exercise goals. as a um, in order to achieve a perfect body. Show me shirtless. Um,
Okay.
right. So the key is how we're talking to the system, right? So if I'm teaching a class, I would be saying, okay, here's how I would ask it. Now you go ahead and think about how you would say
Yeah.
the next thing, right? Now we could give our students the option of choosing their journey, where maybe instead of doing the body goals, they're going down a different route. But this is pretty good. Um, give me a screen to budget um, my supplements, uh, equipment purchases, nutrition purchases, and medical costs, etc., as a 3D game interface so that I can manage finances related to my health and body goals. Now, so I'm going to start pre-writing the next thing, which is now give me a written um, a text-based now give me a text-based format that I could treat like a game in order to track such things. You can give me tables and guide prompts to guide me in the in your in the text-based portion of this game. Okay, so now we have a visual to go with that, and now I'm actually asking it to give me a written set of information to go with the
Yeah.
visual.
What equipment is it asking? You need, okay. It doesn't give you specific, it just gives you a general.
Right. So now I could actually speak through what my equipment purchase goals would be. So, like for instance, it's giving me upgrade dumbbells. Maybe I want a different piece of equipment and I can actually give it feedback now. I want to buy this. I want, maybe I want to turn my garage into a whole workshop. So maybe my budget's more than 300. Um, I can give it a whole, set of replies. Um, Now it's giving me some prompts on how it might respond to me. End of month boss battle. That's kind of interesting. Um, so
What's
let's
a
give
boss? What's
an
a
idea.
boss battle?
At the end of the month, review your total spending versus budget. Did you
But
stay
what is
with
a, what
budget?
is it? What, what is a boss battle?
So a boss battle is it's what I can tell you is that in video games, there's a final boss or a boss
Okay.
at the end of every stage. So it's trying to use the metaphor of having a boss,
Okay.
which I
Okay.
actually don't like that. So I might respond, I don't like the boss battle thing. This might be where I teach people, hey, we can turn this into a ChatGPT canvas and actually edit this if we want, but I want to move on past this, right? So if I click here, I can edit this in Canvas and actually speak to it to make changes to this document. But I
And
don't,
that little drawing pen or writing tool will jump you to Canvas.
yep. So if I click that, it turns it into ChatGPT Canvas where I can speak to that actual document or I can edit that document on
Okay.
its
Have we gone 15 minutes?
own. I'd say we have 3 to 5 minutes left.
Okay.
So, okay, so now we've kind of dived into the health topic, right? Usually people are going to say, I want to jump into health, or they're going to jump into wealth, or they're going to jump into something related to relationships. So we went down the goals related to my health and getting into phenomenal shape. The next goal might have to do with my home. Okay, so next up, let's see a game interface to design my ideal home. I like paradise vibes, and I'm also a technologist. However, I do not want it to look like a technology style. I just want paradise vibes with um, technological and magical styling built in. Let's see what it comes up with. Cool. So it's going to give me two responses and I can pick which one I like better. That's fun.
Yeah.
So what's happening is I'm actually, ooh, I like that a lot. Wow. I like that too. I like them both. I don't know how to say which one I prefer.
What's all the circles underneath? What are those choices?
So those are giving you options. I mean, it's not because we're in because images are being generated kind of abstractly, you can see that it's just ideas. Like this one clearly says something along the lines of like living room, but it's just coming up with ideas for buttons that you might click to open up different options, such as maybe one button is for weather controls, maybe one is for technology, maybe one is for furniture, or one is for things like that. So that's all.
So, so on the one on the left, um, is that a spa?
It could be. So it's kind of what is it inspiring on you in you? So, ooh, let's see what my home spa would look like with things like massage table, um, sauna, cold plunge, and any other cool spa things I should have in my dream home spa. So it decided to go with the left one because I didn't tell it which one I liked. But I can click here to look at both responses, which is cool. Um, how do I get out of where I was giving feedback? Interesting. So what you have to do, and this is where I would talk to the students and whatnot, is I would say, look, this is the type of thing where we can spend time trying to give it feedback and get it perfect. But right now we're in the flow where ChatGPT 4.0 as of January 16, 2025 is only going to do such a good job. So do we want to spend time trying to get it perfect, or do we want to spend time kind of moving on and seeing out what else it inspires us for? Right. Um, so right now, what
And
I'm going to say is,
this is as an image. Is it tracking anything? It's just an image.
that's just an image, yes. But I could say, give me a budget to go with that image. I could say, give me a budget and a schedule. So show me my home gym. And then what I'll do is give me a budget and schedule in the form of tables to build my dream spa, dream gym, and hire practitioners uh, for all and hire people like trainers and um, masseuses and
Okay.
magicians,
Okay.
etc.
Okay. Um, and I'd like to jump to um, show me how I play this game.
Okay, so now I'm starting to see budgeting and so on. I'm asking for a 3D calendar interface so I can see my schedule of play.
I'm afraid we're using up a lot of time here.
Okay, cool. So is there any final thing that you would like to see?
I think I'm going to have to try to create one myself using, sort of the way you're approaching this, but using the level of detail that I think, or the kinds of questions that we would ask. So,
Okay, so now let's create a pause screen that matches my game style so I can take a break.
a beak. You're going to take a beak.
A beak, a beaky break. Here you go. So now we've got our pause screen. Take a moment to recharge and return stronger. That's pretty cool. So the next thing I would do is I would say, okay, now that we've gone down this roadmap, what we can do next is we can save these images and drop them into something like a mural board and see how they come together accordingly. Or we could go into something like Figma and actually make a little prototype of this game where I can select the health area, make that clickable, and it takes you through that roadmap.
Uh, how does Figma work? I mean, not wanting to spend a heck of a lot more time on this, but can you take anything from this right now and jump to Figma so I can see how you would translate some of these into a Figma uh, app?
Um, yeah, that's a little bit more complicated, but I
Okay.
could. I could come up with something. But I would probably say let's skip that for now. I'd have to think through how I'd want to approach that.
Okay. Okay. Very good. Um, so then let's go back to our list of things that we wanted to do. One, the reason we were talking about this is that I wanted to try something with individuals to see if they could follow the directions. And I haven't, it hasn't shown me how this is a game yet.
Well,
So,
this is an
uh,
interactive.
huh?
So this is an interactive experience that we just went through. Um, so when you say it hasn't showed you how this is a game, so explain to me how this process is actually a game experience that our customers and students would enjoy, would go through,
Would enjoy
would enjoy
or would win. How do you win?
playing and uh, have
Ask
a
how you win.
of winning as they play. You
SES anyway.
and ChatGPT is pretty smart. It does a good job spell checking if you mess up.
Okay, cool.
So how this becomes an enjoyable game experience. Transforming life into a game is all about making goals fun, engaging, and rewarding. Here's how your customers and students will love playing and feel a sense of accomplishment as they progress. I'm actually going to copy this and I'm going to paste it into my living writer.
Living writer. I don't know that.
So this is a tool for making a manuscript, for basically for writing books. It's okay. It's not the best in the world, but it's decent. Let me refresh and see if I can get this to open. So like here's a few books that I'm working on. So if I open up the greatest breakthrough in computing history, I can just go ahead and add a new chapter. And what was that called? How this process becomes an enjoyable game experience. And I'll paste that in. So now I have it in as a chapter in this book format. So now I can save this as an EPUB once
Yeah.
I.
Send me just that page uh, so I can take my time and read through it.
Yep, I'm just going to do that here. So I put that in the document. So
Okay.
your workshop syllabus, and then you have your how this process becomes an enjoyable game experience.
So let's jump to the website.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and stop recording. Is there any final thoughts that you have before I stop recording?
Uh, no,
Okay. So let me find.
you'll
But
start it again recording on the next thing we work on.
sure.